Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you all of the gold I have made from the past 2 weeks. It will be 2 mailbox openings, one from the first week and one from the second week. I did mention this in my previous video, episode 2, at the very end. That video was going on for way too long, so I didn't get a chance to show you guys the sales from that week. So this video is just going to be a two-parter. I will be showing you sales on each character twice, so just keep in mind whenever I mention that it is Wednesday, that is from the first week of openings, and whenever I mention it is Monday, that is from this current week, and that is the second week of openings. So now we're fully caught up, and moving forward I won't be doing this. Again, I'll make sure that it'll just be one opening per week to avoid this confusion. But like I said, let's get into the gold that I've made from the past 2 weeks. Alright, so we are back on my Warlock. Today is actually Wednesday because I was super busy this weekend and I had no time to even post or record or do any of that stuff because of a lot of IRL obligations. So just quickly going over my gold. So we ended, I think, at 154k on Monday. So during this week, I have spent about 31k. That's, just on herbs and stuff for anchorweed and, anything else, like if I need monolite ore to craft stuff. Remember, I'm not claiming any gold right now. I'm only spending gold and then I'm claiming it in front of you guys. So we're down about 31k this week. Let's see how much we made off of that 31k. I'm actually excited to see what we made. So first character, the Warlock. Ooh, look at that. See, we're already getting some pretty high numbers. This is just one character without really, probably about half a week of posting. Actually, this character only posted Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday last week. Hasn't posted anything this week, so this is only from 3 days, guys. 3 days. We do have some Zenithid that I bought, but basically, yeah, it's just my Warlock doing Alchemy. We sold a bunch of potions, all the BFA potions. There's really nothing to go over in terms of looking at the specifics of what I have sold, because it's all just BFA potions and flask right now. But it was enough to earn about 43k on this character. I bought some Zenithid. That is actually, I should have claimed that already. That is for more flask for BFA. So about minus 4k there. Like I said, I spent about 31k in total for materials. But let's claim this up, 43k. That's already going to put us back to where we were, actually further, because that's more than we spent, right? Yes, we're at 156k now. We're plus 2k. So let's move on to the next character. Taking a look at what I have sold this week on my blacksmith, it wasn't too many items, still enough to earn 23k. I sold, 20 model hardened stirrups, and as well as some arm guards and a deck pounder for 12k. This is why I love medium pop servers, guys, because you can sell these level 370 weapons for 12k. Everything's worth like 12k right now in terms of all the armors and shields and weapons for blacksmithing on my server. So it's really, really good. They just sell pretty slowly because not everyone needs them. So yeah, but 23k on my blacksmith for the week. Not too bad considering I only posted for 3 days. Maybe I'll just say that in 3 days I got that, because that's how many days I posted. I actually didn't post for a week. It's just been a week. But that's all I got for my blacksmith. Let's check out and see what other sales I have made on my other characters. I do really wish that I was able to collect all the gold on one character, so that way I wouldn't have to keep going from one character to another character to another character to sometimes collect only like 4 mails, but those mails equaling 30k gold because things are worth like 12k on my server. So I do kind of wish I was able to send everything to one character and sell it all like a bank alt, kind of like that. However, it just doesn't really work that way when it comes to like current content crafting, because TSM only counts crafting costs if you are on the character with the actual profession. So like if I wanted to post things with a minimum buyout of, or a minimum threshold of 110% crafting in TSM, it would not work if the character was like a level 1 bank alt. It can't calculate that stuff. So I just really wanted to explain that really quick in case you don't know why I am actually posting everything on, multiple different characters and having to go through each and every single one of them. But I do wish it worked a little differently and I was able to just send everything over to one character and make this a lot easier. It'll definitely be like that for my Transmog character. That's for sure. But I'm getting into my Inscriptionist. So another thing, some people have come back to the game since I recorded last Monday. It's only been a week and there's probably like 3 or 4 people that I've noticed come back, and they slashed the prices on everything, pretty much. Some of the weapons are going from 12k down to like 3k, and they're just like spam posting them because they're still a lot higher than the crafting cost. They only cost like, I don't know, 1,000 gold, maybe not even 1,000 gold to craft weapons on blacksmiths. So they can do that and take no losses. It's just, it sucks because that's like 17% of the market value, and they post a lot of them. Yeah, there's a few people that came back to my server and is just not very smart, because they could really just undercut by a copper and that'd be fine. But talk about my inscriptionist, you can see that's what I was kind of getting at, is things have been getting lower and lower. All of these contracts used to be near 2k each, and some of them, look at Champions of Azeroth contracts down to 300 gold. That's unheard of on my server, completely unheard of. And that's also why a lot of these haven't been posted, because they're below the minimum threshold, and they just, everything has tanked so far because of like 3 people. So I might, if I get enough gold eventually through this series, I'll be able to buy all that stuff out and reset the markets myself and make sure that this doesn't happen. But currently I have, what, 179k. That's not going to be enough to buy out every single profession of these people. So for now, we're getting a lot less profit per craft, which sucks because it's just, it's dumb people doing that. It's a little ranty right now, but let's collect all this gold. 6.2k on my inscriptionist. I actually won this. I think this was a bid. I think they were like 38 copper each or something like that. I don't actually know. I can't do the math right now, but it was a bid that I won this, so that's why that's there. But yeah. The contracts and the blacksmithing stuff is going a little bit down. Still very, very profitable, though, because people are crafting at a profit. It's just not as much of a profit. Instead of profiting for 10k, they're profiting for 2k. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about those type of people, but let's collect all this gold and move on to the next character. Now, taking a look at my Leatherworker, this is exactly, if we check out the mailbox, this is exactly my point with the last, my last character that I was talking about, where I really wish I could just send this to my just one character, because I only have one thing to collect. I sold a sack of 28 Drums of Fury for 1.3k gold. It's still notable because that's still quite a bit of gold to sell. 20 Drums of Fury, they cost 10 gold each to craft, and I'm selling them for 10 times profit, which is really good to tell you guys about, but it's not much to collect. It's not that exciting. So, this is just kind of proving my point of what I was talking about a little bit earlier in the video. But I also have been switching around my professions. I actually moved leatherworking off of my hunter. I'm going to make him a skinner, and I'm moving leatherworking over to my demon hunter. I'm a little OCD with professions. For me, I have to make sure that all of my classes have the best profession that suits that class, if you know what I'm saying. Like, shamans are the best inscriptionists because shamans have a unique glyph. I couldn't think of it because they're, not that prevalent in the game anymore. But shamans would make the best inscriptionists because they're the only class that has like a unique glyph that they can make and stuff like that. So you're going to see me switch professions around a little bit at the start because I'm just really OCD, and I'm sorry about that. But, I do have these Drums of Furies, 1.3k to collect. And I'm just letting you know that you'll be seeing Drums of Fury and other leatherworking things being sold on my Demon Hunter from now on. I moved enchanting over to my Mage because, like I said on Monday's clip, that's my Mage I just barely moved tailoring to, but my Priest already had pretty high tailoring. So I just went back to the Priest. I was like, might as well not waste that time on the Priest. And yeah, so moved a little bit of professions around, but whatever. Let's get into the next character. Moving over to my Dual Gatherer, aka my Bank Alt right now. Checking out his mailbox. So, like I said, Bank Alt, pretty much selling all the random stuff that I get while leveling and questing and, doing world quests, and pretty much just everything that doesn't match a different profession on another character is all sent over to this guy. And look at that. 50 of 100 mail. So we actually have 2 full mailboxes to check out with hardly any days actually posting. So that's pretty cool. The first full mailbox, though, is only 3.5k. So this character, for the most part, is going to kind of be those ones because this is all the random stuff, not the super expensive transmog items or anything like that. So a lot of stuff that won't have very high value per units. In fact, the only thing that has over 1,000 gold value is a stack of 20 gold thorn, which I got just leveling somewhere. Getting it from, actually, I think I got it from chests when I was transmog farming on my my rogue, I actually got, you know, gold thorn and copper ore and fire bloom. Yeah, that's actually where I got all these things. It's just from opening the chest during transmog runs on my my rogue. It comes from the chest. So let's collect all of that up really quick, and then we'll see. Hopefully the next full 50 mailbox will be a bit more than just 3.5k gold, because that's actually not a lot at all. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Check out the chat box. A lot of stuff goes to the same people. Like, these people are buying just a bunch of random old world herbs and stuff like that. We'll just let this go 6 seconds, and we'll see how much gold is in the next mailbox. Hopefully a lot more. I mean, technically it's a lot more because it's over double. Actually, it's over triple. Almost 10k gold in the next full mailbox. Sold 20 weak fluxes. I actually bought these from the vendor. So I think you can buy a stack of 20 weak fluxes from the vendor for like 20 silver. So I spent 20 silver, I think. It could be like 20 gold. I don't know. It's between 20 silver and like 20 gold. Either way, spend that little bit, get 3.6k in return. That's very good. Check out the vendors, guys. Make sure to go to all the vendors and just buy out I just buy a stack of 20 and see what sells. That's what I did. As you can see, Strong Flux too. The next item to actually mention is another item I just bought off the vendor. That's the next tier up. It goes Weak Flux and then it goes Strong Flux. See, I only bought 20 of them. I'm just testing them out, and they're profitable. Look at that. So yeah, those are pretty much the only things really to talk about, because everything else is less than 1,000 gold. So just buy things from vendors and see what sells. They're all only like 2 gold each or less, so you're not spending anything for the investment, and you're just kind of testing the waters and seeing what sells. If they don't sell, it doesn't matter, because you only spent, you know, between 20 silver and 20 gold to test it out. So just do some testings. I'll actually, you know, these I only bought in Stormwind. You can go around in Stormwind, like if you go to the Dwarven district in Stormwind, I can just buy these again, and I can show you guys how much they cost. And then you can see I made 3.5k for the strong fluxes and 2.5k for the weak fluxes, I think it was. So if you just come over here to any engineer vendor, pretty much any vendor at all, to be honest, sells the fluxes and stuff like that. You just talk to the guy, and then let's see where the fluxes are. Yeah, see, 95 copper for the weak fluxes. So if I buy 20 of those, that is 20 silver. So I spent 20 silver and I made 3.5k gold. It's insane. So these are 20 silver each, the strong fluxes. Buy those, you know, 20 times 20 or 2 times 2. So it's like 4 gold. You spend 4 gold for the strong fluxes, and you make 2.5k gold in return. At least that's what I did. You know, obviously it's not going to be the exact same numbers for you. But yeah, blacksmith hammers, you can buy those, 18 copper each. Mining picks, 77 copper each. Just post them up. Usually they post for like 3,000 gold on my server. I have sold a copper rod, which you can get from the enchanting vendor for, I think it's 95 copper off the enchanting vendor. You buy the rod, copper rod. I sold 2 of them for 1k each. So, you know, it's just very high profits for not a lot of investment. So, you know, you can buy light parchments. People buy light parchments all the time. They're 15 copper for 5. You can sell them for like 20 gold each on my server. It's just insane profits from vendor items, which you can just sit here, buy these, go post them, and then just see what sells. So, what was that? So it was 3k plus, we made almost 15k gold on this guy, just selling a lot of random stuff. Most of it actually came from just these 2 items right here. So yeah, we're moving on to the next character. And now for the final collection of the episode, it's going to be on none other than my current favorite character to do auctions with, and that is my Transmog bank alt. As you can see, 34.3k in the mailbox since our last recording on Monday, where we got 11k after just, you know, the first day ever getting into Transmog. We got 11k. In this first week still, we got another 34k. So we made basically 45k, almost 50k. Our first week doing Transmog, and that's only, once again, with like 5 hours of farming. I actually have farmed a tiny bit more. I'll show you guys my auction house in a little bit here. But what I have been doing is I have actually been working on making, with the little bit of time I've had this past weekend, I've been working on making a pure Transmog farmer. I've been doing it on my rogue, my level 120 rogue, just because chest, it's a free character to open chests with, right, when you're out Transmog farming. But I want to make a 110 druid. I have to start it, I started it at level 1. I already have it up to level 74. I'm getting there. Currently in Karak's Revenge, since I'm past level 60. I got 1 to 60 in, I think it was like, I forget how many hours. It took me a couple days of playing like 3 hours a day. So maybe like 10 hours it took me to hit 60. And then I've been in Quark's Revenge since then, up to 74. So hopefully I'll be able to be making a lot more from Transmog, doing a lot more runs with Transmog and stuff like that. But I did want to quickly mention that I made a new Transmog character because I do have some things that are like I sold something for 2 gold. That's just every bit of Transmog that I got leveling from 1 to 60, I sent over to this guy and I posted it. So there are going to be a couple things that aren't worth a lot, but still overall 34k. And if I'm not the best at Transmog right now because I'm just getting into it, so I'm not going to be able to call out like where everything came from, but I can definitely go over a lot of these things with you guys. So things of note are like the Gorstand Garb, the Exalted Sabatons and Arm Splints. I'm pretty sure I got all of these from ZF. Pretty sure. Slayer's Pants, I think, is that ZF or is that like BFD? Like I said, I'll get better at this. I did have a lot of these things on my mind a week ago when I farmed them up. I was like, oh, this is where Slayer's Pants come from. Oh, this is where the, Exalted comes from. But it's been a week since I farmed these up, so I kind of forget some of these. But yeah, the Slayer's Pants selling for they did sell for 8k. That's quite a lot for just getting into Transmog farming. And also, another thing that I do with this guy is I send over all of the patterns that I get as well, because I figured, they're single stack items just like Transmog items are. So this guy can sell all the patterns, all the bags, all the Transmog. He's just going to sell all the single stack stuff. But with the patterns Mooncloth and patterns Runecloth bag, or Mooncloth and then Runecloth bag, I bought these off a vendor in Winterspring for like 2 gold each. And, they're selling for 3k basically, or 2.5k for the Runecloth bag pattern, 1k for the Mooncloth pattern. So if you guys do vendor runs, it's quite profitable. It takes a minute to fly over to Winterspring and then buy these patterns and then make a lot of profit. 2 gold to 2.5k gold. That's so much profit percentage-wise. So yeah, like I said, I'll get better at calling out all these things. If you guys know where these things come from, you can see I sold the Azure Windseeker. Once again, I'm also sending over battle pets to this guy because those are single stack items. And also quite profitable. They sell for thousands battle pets, so it'll make the most sense on this character. So yeah, this is all the stuff that I have sold. Once again, if you can pick and choose these things and see where they come from, you will know where you can go and farm them. And then hopefully in the videos to come, I get better at calling them out for you guys. That way I can just tell you where to get them. But I'm pretty sure most of the things that sold this week came from BFD and ZF. I did farm other dungeons, but those are where the sales have come from, not just what the things I have gotten. So let's collect this up, and I do want to show you guys my actual auction house, so I can show you what I'm up to in Transmog value. So man, look at this character, already at 43k pretty much. That's nice. Since I just made this character. I think it has like 2 hours playtime on it or something like that. So if you check out my auctions, you can see I'm up to 1 million value in posted auctions. So we have finally crossed the 1 million mark. I did maybe in total now 7 hours of farming, so that's an extra 2 hours of farming. I did Moradon, and I did one other place, I forget. I think it was Sunwell. I did the Sunwell Trash. So I did up my value. I think it's like 400k since I last showed you guys this character. So yeah, past the 1 million mark. I did definitely want to show you guys our first million Transmog value. But yeah, we're waiting for those Transmogs to sell. They can sell as these did within a week, or some can take months. So we'll just have to see. That was a pretty good week, to be honest, in my opinion, for Transmog. But taking a look at our total gold for the week across all of my characters. So at the beginning of last Monday, we started at 101k. Now, with 1 week and 2 days of time, but only 3 days of posting, I try to make that clear so that way people know that this isn't actually a week and a half of earning gold. It's only about 3 days of earning gold. It's just been a week's time. So in basically 3 days, we made 119,000 gold. In my opinion, just starting out, that's great. Some other people might make a lot more. I see people making like 600k a week, but they are very well established in all of the markets that they're in. We are just starting out. I'm sorry if it seems like I just cut that clip short. That was actually supposed to be the ending of episode 2, like I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. So I had to cut out the entire outro where I was like saying goodbye to you guys and stuff like that. So I did have to cut it like really quickly. But just keep in mind now that every opening from this point until the end of this video, it is from this current week. So this is the second week that I was mentioning at the very beginning of the video. Today is actually Monday. The same day that I am recording this right now is the same day that you guys are going to see this video, because I'm going to upload this today, Monday. So now we're fully caught up. I'm not a week behind. It's not going to be confusing anymore. And let's continue, because I don't want this video to also be extremely long, just like the last one. So we ended off the last clip at 220k, I believe. So it has been a week, like I said. In this week, I have now 156k, which means in the past 7 days, I have spent about 65k. It's quite a bit, but it was pretty much all on materials to craft more stock in professions. Like, as you can see, I have a bunch of monolite ore in my inventory because it was all cheap enough to where I could buy out a lot of it, and it is, you know, I have it for crafting all the stuff I'm going to need in the future. It was like 70% or lower market value is basically what I'm trying to get at right now. So it was cheap enough to make it worth to stock up. So yes, I did spend 65k just about. So let's see if we can make that back. We have to beat 220k, or else we're actually at a loss this week. So looking at the blacksmith, we got a pretty beefy mailbox opening, 30,356. Everything is worth over 1,000 gold, so it's all worth talking about. I'm still selling the shields. The shields went from 12k to 2.5k. I was mentioning earlier in the video, which would have been from a clip from last week. Somebody came back to the server and they tanked most of the stuff, but it all kind of came back except for the shields. The shields used to be 12k, now they're 3k, and they're kind of steady at 3k, which sucks really badly, but everything else kind of went back up to the value from before these new guys came. So a polearm sold for 9k, that's what it used to be. Waistguard for 4k. Hoof plates, still selling those for 3k for 10. Stirrups, selling a bunch of those. Arm guards, I have a bunch of arm guards. All my arm guards that I've actually sold, I used to level up blacksmithing. I actually haven't crafted any for the purposes of selling. So those are nice that they are actually selling, because we use those for leveling up. So it's nice that they actually sell and don't just sit in your inventory, because you would assume that no one needs them, since that's what you use to level your profession. But people need them. And then, as you can see, more hoof plates for 3k, more stirrups for 2k, and yeah, 30k. So a very good start to the week. I'm going to try to keep these clips a little shorter, since I don't want this video to go on for too long. So let's just get into the next character. Taking a look at what my alchemist has sold this week, we are at 22k for the week. Like I mentioned either in last video or earlier this video, I don't really remember, but I haven't really been playing too much this week, so this isn't like what I would be getting if I went all out. This is just kind of casually playing. As you can see, we only sold 12 stacks of anything, so not a lot of posting going on, but still quite a bit of profit. But just basically a bunch of Unbridled Furies, a bunch of Abyssal Healing Potions, and a bunch of Superior Battle Potion of Intellects. Once I actually get back into, all-out posting, we will get back to super big mailbox openings on my alchemist. But for now, a bunch of it is actually just sitting in my inventory, waiting for tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday. Those are the days I actually post my potions and flasks. And even in Anchorweed, I tell you guys that I do every single day my Anchorweed transmute on all 11 characters, and this is why. This is 260k in just Anchorweeds, which gets made into the flasks, which sell for, well, I don't have a single flask sale this week, but they sell for about 1,000 gold each on my server. So, if you just do the Anchorweeds alone every single day, you make hundreds of thousands of gold, because these haven't even been made into potions yet, and they're at almost 300k value. So get on those Anchorweeds. But yeah, not a lot on my alchemist this week. Like I said, hopefully next week we will have a lot more, since tomorrow will be Tuesday. I'm going to be posting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and hopefully get a lot of sales. But so we're up to 50k now. Let's get into the next character. Moving on to my Inscriptionist, taking a look at his mailbox. It is quite rough here on my Inscriptionist. I think I mentioned it either in the last video or earlier in this video. Somebody came back about a week after me, and they tanked all of the inscription prices. Each craft of a contract and a world scroll before this person came back used to be 1 to 3k profit per craft. So if you made a Champion of Azeroth, as you can see in my mailbox, if I made one Champion of Azeroth contract, that would have been at a profit of 1,000 gold. So if I sold 5, that would have been 5k gold profit. But this person tanked everything, all the world scrolls, all the contracts, and now they are about 100 gold profit each. So if I make 5 and I sell 5, I only make 500 gold as opposed to 5,000 gold or more. Some of them had like a 3k profit. So yeah, the profits on Inscription on my server have kind of went down, and I only have 5,000 gold to claim. And also, this person is kind of flooding the market, so I don't make a lot of sales either. I used to be selling contracts every single day. As you can see, I sold 4 things in a week. It was a casual week, like I mentioned earlier, but it was still a week of posting. So yeah, not a lot of gold on the Inscriptionist. It is still profitable to make this stuff. It's just only for 100 gold each, you know. So it's not as exciting, but so we're about, what, 57k profit? We're cutting it close on just breaking even for the week. So hopefully next week I go a lot harder on gold making and I can actually make gold. But we aren't even done this week. We can still break even or have a profit. Let's get into the next character and find out. Now, looking at what my druid has sold, once again, my druid is my gatherer / bank alt. I kind of send everything over to my druid, and I haven't even actually done any gathering in about the past 2 weeks, to be honest. I've given up gathering, and I just kind of craft now. But I still sell everything on him, so we have stuff to open even if I don't gather. As you can see, 17.7k, and we have 102 males, so we actually have more than just 17k. And taking a look at everything really quick, I sold 50 Arcana for 2,000 gold. Like I was mentioning earlier in the video, I made a 110, or I was making a 110 Twink Druid, and for speed farming Transmog, and it is now 110. I have got the Druid to level 110, which means I am in Legion and doing Legion content, and I have Enchanting on him just for disenchanting. It's not leveled up at all or anything like that. It's strictly for disenchanting the Legion stuff. And as you can see, just 50 Arcana sold for 2,000 gold, which is quite nice because that's only a few blues to disenchant from Legion. And then also from Legion, if you go to the Legion Dalaran, in front of the mailbox, you can find a lost mail, and this is to get a mailbox toy, to where you can always have a mailbox up every 3 hours. You know, you just click the toy and it's a free mailbox every 3 hours is what it is. But when you complete that quest chain, I might make a video on it. When you complete it, you get an extra lost mail for someone else to be able to accept the quest because it is a rare spawn. But I sold mine because I already have the mailbox toy now, and it sold for 15,000 gold, which is quite nice. I posted that value myself. It said Regent Market was like 5k. I was like, you know what, my server is a little bit higher priced than the average server, so I posted it for triple the price, and it sold. So that's where most of this opening, or this one, is coming from. So let's collect all that, and then I will just do a quick reload, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, loading back in, let's check the mailbox, and this opening is going to be 9,000 gold, a bunch of stuff that's not a lot of value, but let's check out what was. Again, another 20 strong fluxes. The fluxes that I just bought in the clip earlier of this video sold again, and then 20 more weak fluxes sold again. I'm telling you guys, I bought these in this video, and then I sold them in this video. It's a little cheating because, you know, there's 2 weeks of auctions in this video, but look at that. It's just buy those fluxes, I guess. I'm gonna buy 200 of each this time, and I'm gonna make like 30k and 20k this time, each one. I wonder who keeps buying those for so much, but that's another 9,000 gold. So, you know, add that to the 17.7 that we just claimed, and we are getting near 30k. We have 4 more auctions to check. If it's worth it, I'll cut back to my druid. If not, I'm gonna see you guys on the next character, because it could be like 30 gold because it's only 4 males. But yeah, I'm gonna reload and I'll check. If not, again, I'll be on a different character. Actually, nope, it's showing all of them. I didn't have to cut because it refreshed while I was collecting, so it was only another 672 gold. I don't know what this is for. It says that someone bought it, but there's nothing to claim. I don't know why that is, but okay, I guess I don't have to cut back to this character. I will see you guys on the next one. Now for the actual final clip of the video. I know I said that the last time we were on Mog main halfway through the video, but that was last week. This is the actual last opening of the video. Let's see what we sold in terms of Transmog. So 7.3k, nowhere near the previous, what was it, like 40k that we opened last time. But once again, I did not really play that much this week. In fact, I have farmed no more Transmog. I have done 0 transmog farming, so my auction house is still all the same as last time I showed you guys, because I've been spending that time, working on my new level 110 Twink Druid, which is not really ready for transmog farming. So I have no more added value in my auction house, but it is still selling, even though I haven't added anything to it. The stuff is the stuff will sell eventually, anyway. So taking a look, I actually sold a ring for nearly 3k gold. That's crazy. Some more exalted gear. Once again, I think that's from Zulfaric. And I sold some Sage's boots. That might be from Wailing Caverns, I believe. And the rest is just from leveling up that 110 Twink Druid. Leveling from 1 to 60, I got a bunch of like 100 gold transmog pieces, and they're selling pretty quickly. I just posted them because it all adds up over time. And I had the items on me anyways. I could have either disenchanted them or I could have posted them, and I believe I got more gold by posting them and them selling. So that is the last opening of the video. Like I mentioned, we can finally see my total gold of the week. So like I mentioned earlier, we started at 220k this week, and then we spent 65k, so we ended up at 156k. And we are now at, yes, 248k. So we did profit this week. Even though we spent 65k, we made back that 65k plus 23k more. So we made a total of 28k, I believe. Or not 23k, it was 28k, because we started at 220k. So yeah, this week we only made 28k. But I have a lot of value in just stuff in my bags. Like you saw my warrior, I have a bunch of monolite ore. On my warlock, I have a bunch of anchorweed and zenithid and potions and stuff like that. So most of my gold has been transferred from liquid gold into actual value in items posted on the auction house. So even though I have only made 28k gold raw, I actually have made a lot more in profit in terms of what items I have to sell. So that's kind of how it's going to be at the start. At the start you're kind of upping your inventory, and then after you start selling all that inventory is when you start having a bunch more liquid gold. But for now, I don't really mind having a low liquid gold value because I'm not really buying anything unless there's super cheap materials on the auction house, like that monolite ore or anchorweed or zenithid or anything like that. So yeah, we are now at basically 250k. Slowly getting there. Like I said, once Christmas is over, I should be able to go all out. And I mean, if I just spent one day, if I spent 8 hours one day gathering, I could make 200k. So it's not like we're falling behind, because that just means I can, I have to spend a little bit more effort to catch up. We're not like lost behind in terms of our goal. We just haven't really met it this week. But yeah, hopefully soon I will be cranking out a lot more gold. We still made, technically, even though it was 28k profit, we still made, what was it, like 100k in what we collected from the mailboxes. So, we're still getting a lot of gold. But that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys didn't mind the dual 30-minute videos. Like I said, from now on, they are going to be much, much shorter, about 10 minutes each instead of 30 minutes each, and they will be a lot less confusing because it'll just be one opening instead of a billion openings like it has been in this video and the last one. So look forward to the next videos to come, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button plus the bell next to it so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.